All right, guys, we're reading Artemis Fowl, Chapter 5, Missing in Action. First side. Commander Root was sucking on a particularly noxious fungus cigar. Several of the retrieval squad had nearly passed out in the shuttle. Even the stench from the troll seemed mild in comparison. Of course, no one said anything, their boss being touchier than a septic boil. Foley, on the other hand, delighted in antagonizing his superior. "None of your rancid stogies in here, Commander," he brayed, the moment Root made it back to ops. "The computers don't like smoke." Root scowled, certain that Foley was making this up. Nevertheless, the commander was not prepared to risk a computer crash in the middle of an alert, and so doused the cigar in the coffee cup of a passing gremlin. "Now, Foley, what's this so-called alert? And it better be good this time." The centaur had a tendency to go completely hyper over trivialities. He'd once gone to DEFCON 2 because his human satellite stations were out. "It's good, all right," Foley assured him. "Or should I say bad, very bad." Root felt the ulcer in his gut begin to bubble like a volcano. "How bad?" Foley punched up Ireland on the Eurocast. "We lost contact with Captain Short." "Why am I not surprised?" groaned Root, burying his face in his hands. "We had her all the way over the Alps." "The Alps? She took a land route?" Foley nodded. "Yeah. Against regulations, I know, but everyone does it." The commander agreed grudgingly. Who could resist a view like that? As a rookie, he'd been placed on report himself for that exact offense. "Okay, move on. When did we lose her?" Foley opened the views or window on the screen. "This is the feed from Holly's helmet unit. Here we are over Disneyland Paris." The centaur pressed the fast forward. "Now dolphins, blah blah, the Irish coastline, still no worries. Look, her locator comes into shot. Captain Short is scanning for magic hotspots. Site 57 showed up red, so she heads for that one." "Why not Tara?" Foley snorted. "Tara, every fairy hippie in the northern hemisphere will be dancing around the Liafale at the full moon. There'll be so many shields on, it'll look like the whole place is underwater." "Fine," grunted Root through gritted teeth. "Just get on with it, will you?" "All right. Don't get your ears in a knot." Foley skipped several minutes of tape. "Now, here's the interesting bit. Nice, smooth landing. Hangs up the wings. Holly takes off the helmet." "Against regulations," interjected Root. LEP officers must never remove their headgear above ground, unless said headgear is defective," completed Foley. "Yes, Commander, we all know what the handbook says, but are you trying to tell me that you never sneaked a breath of fresh air after a few hours in the sky?" "No," admitted Root. "What are you, her fairy godmother or something? Get to the important part." Foley smirked, behind his hand driving up Root's blood pressure. Was one of the few perks of the job. No one else would dare do it. That was because everybody else was replaceable. Not Foley. He built the system from scratch, and if anyone else ever tried to boot it up, a hidden virus would bring it crashing about their pointy ears. The important part here we are. Look, suddenly Holly drops the helmet. It must land lens down because we lost picture. We've still got sound though, so I'll bring that up. Foley boosted the audio signal, filtering out background noise. Not great quality. The mic is in the camera, so that was nose down in the dirt too. "Nice pea shooter," said a voice. Definitely human. Deep too. That usually meant big. Root raised his eyebrows. "Pea shooter?" Slang for gun. "Oh, Then the importance of that simple statement struck him. She drew her weapon. Just wait, it gets worse. I don't suppose you would consider peaceful surrender, said a second voice. Just listening to it gave the commander shivers. No, continued the voice, I suppose not. This is bad, said Root, his face uncharacteristically pale. This feels like a setup. These two goons were waiting. How is that possible? Holly's voice comes through the speaker, then typically brazen in the face of danger. The commander sighed. At least she was alive. It was more bad news, though, as the parties exchanged threats and the second human displayed an uncommon knowledge of fairy affairs. He knows about the ritual. Here's the worst bit. Root's jaw dropped. The worst bit? Holly's voice again, this time layered with the mesmer. Now she has them, crowed Root. But apparently not. Not only did the mesmer prove ineffective, but the mysterious pair seemed to find it amusing. That's all there is from Holly, noted Foley. One of the mud people messes around with the camera for a bit, and then we lose everything. Root rubbed the crease between his eyes. Not much to go on, no visual, not even a name. We can't really be 100% sure that we have a situation. You want proof? Asked Foley, rewinding the tape. I'll give you proof. He ran the available video. Now watch this. I'm going to slow it right down. 1 frame per second. Root leaned in close to the screen, close enough to see the pixels. Captain Short comes in for a landing. She takes off her helmet, bends down, presumably to pick up an acorn, and there. Foley jabbed the pause button, freezing the picture completely. See anything unusual? The commander felt his also churn into overdrive. Something had appeared in the top right-hand corner of the frame. At first glance, it seemed like a shaft of light. But light from what, or reflected from what? Can you blow that up? No problem. Foley cut to the relevant area, increasing it by 400%. And the light expanded to fill the screen. Oh no, breathed Root. There on the monitor, before them, in frozen suspension, was a hypodermic dart. There could be no doubt. Captain Holly Short was missing in action, most probably dead, but at the very least held captive by a hostile force. Tell me we still have the locator. Yep, strong signal, moving north at about 80 clicks an hour. Root was silent for a moment, formulating his strategy. Go to full alert, get retrieval out of their bunks, and back down here. Prep them for a surface shot. I want full tactical and a couple of techies. You too, Foley. We may have to stop time on this one. 10-4, Commander. You want recon on this? Root nodded. You bet. I'll call in Captain Vane. He's our number 1. Oh no, said Root. For a job like this, we need our very best. And that's me. I'm reactivating myself. Foley was so amazed he couldn't even formulate a smart comment. Yes, Foley. Don't act so surprised. I have more successful recons under my belt than any officer in history. Plus, I did my basic training in Ireland, back in the Top Hat and Shillelagh days. Yes, but that was 500 years ago, and you're no spring bud. And you were no spring bud then, not to put too fine a point on it. Root smiled dangerously. Don't worry, Foley. I'm still running red hot, and I'll make up for my age with a really big gun. Now get a pod ready. I'm leaving on the next flare. Foley did what he was told without a single quip. When the commander got that glint in his eye, you hopped to and kept your mouth shut. But there was another reason for Foley's silent compliance. It had just hit him that Holly could be in real trouble. Centaurs don't make many friends, and Foley was worried he might lose one of the few he had. Artemis had anticipated... Oh, time's up. Love you guys.